So the really nice part is coming up now, where we've carried out the sprayable seam sealer and also the top coat colouring, and now that's dried overnight, so nothing is rushed. We leave it to dry naturally, so we don't refit anything until it's completely dry. And now that's what you're looking at. It's the underside of the RACP, and now it's finished. That's how it's going to be left. It's looking really original with its sort of e-coat finish, which is what we have developed. A colour match which is very similar to how the BMWs finish or leave the factory. For example, here is the sort of standard BMW e-coat colour, and then this is ours. So ours is obviously on top of a textured paint, because we've done a textured sealer, sorry, because we've just done a sprayable seam sealer over the entire area, which is why you get that mottled sort of textured finish, which is durable enough to stop against stone chips and things like that, and obviously doesn't break down to normal waters or salts that get on there, but at the same time is smooth enough so that if anything does get onto there, splashes of water, rain and mud and things like that, it's extremely easy to wipe off because it's smooth. Even though it's got a texture, it's not hugely rippled like some sort of aftermarket seam sealers are, really heavily sort of floppy, but this isn't one of those. It's a very nice system. So the beauty of ours is that you can even still see the original factory spot weld, so you get to see it's not a hugely thick system, but it is very durable. And absolutely one thing that we always try and get across is it's completely dry. Nothing comes off. You can rub it until it starts squeaking. You can use your nail on it. Nothing comes off at all. It's a completely unique system. It's a very, very good, strongly adhered system. So we're looking at the left front Redish V2 reinforcement plate here. Also the right front. The two small spacer plates here that make up the push rod, same height. Brake pipe and fuel pipe brackets that have been taken care of as well and painted fully. Also into the spring perch areas that, remember, we were suffering with corrosion around here, and also around the perches. Right rear reinforcement plate and also the left rear reinforcement plate. Two areas where we did plug welding up here, and then also our internal welds, 3 plug welds in that area on the side panel, and then our completed textured blending on this area here, just to finish off the wheel arch and protect. So the turret has also been dealt with because this customer wanted the full paint and protection of the rear end, so that's an extended one right out into the rear wheel arch area. Obviously all the boot floor section always gets taken care of right up to the rear panel, and also the battery box tray where we take these brackets off here and here and here. Then going into the fuel tank area as well, all of that area has been taken care of. We've now unmasked the areas for the fuel tank that we've talked about covering before. Fuel tank front forward strap brackets have been done. The boxes are now put back into position. That's where the brake pad and ABS sensors go into. And then we've got the rear trailing arm pocket area, which has also been taken care of completely. Looking at the back side of the reinforcement plate, this is the edge of the rear axle carrier panel where it's spot welded to the seat panel here. And you get to see all these original pressed sections of the chassis, which look absolutely fantastic. Even though nobody's going to see any of this, it's just nice to know that it's completely covered and protected. So even if you do get waters and mud sitting up on these ledges of the weld, it's completely sealed. You don't see any gap where any sealer hasn't got to. Any of our sprayable seam sealer, so it's well protected for years to come. And then we just do a natural join to the underside of the chassis at this section here, so if anybody wanted to do the underside section going forward later on, they can do so by just joining up here. And arguably you wouldn't even need to take the fuel tank out, so it's quite a sensible approach to doing that, so it can be joined onto or added later on. So that is what it looks like underneath, and shortly we're going to go on to a cavity wax process, which is where we inject all the cavities with a special wax to protect it from corrosion in the future.